Hey, what's up guys? It is Rob from Movie Review Time, and I'm back with another video. It's going to be another list video. I thought to myself, when I was a kid, I saw some pretty scary films. Probably films that I wasn't supposed to be seeing, but I saw them anyway. You could say it scarred me for life because, well, if I hadn't have done that, maybe I wouldn't be such a horror nut today. I have two stacks of movies here that I want to share with you that are movies that have stuck with me since I was younger. Okay, I was born in 1982, and of course in 1992 I would have been 10 years old. Movies that have stuck with me all this time and that have creeped me out. Whether it's the whole film or it's certain parts of the movie, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Movies that creeped me out as a kid or scared me as a kid. The first one I'm going to mention here is The Witches. That painting scene, when the father looks in the painting and sees his daughter who's been missing, that still gets me today. Now, I just want you to imagine, you have to be a kid, okay, watching this for the first time, or watching this as a kid, okay, to understand where I'm coming from, okay? If you're not a kid now and you're looking at this like, I don't see the big deal. You gotta look through the eyes of a child, okay? The way the witches looked in this, the fact that they kidnap kids and, kill them, basically. I thought that was terrifying. But this movie did it the best. This movie is amazing. But it definitely scared me as a kid. The way the Grand High Witch looked, that whole thing. The next one is Beetlejuice. This movie, it wasn't Beetlejuice that scared me. It was all the, dead people. Like the woman with her throat that was slit, and, when she smoked, the smoke would come out her throat. And, Alex Baldwin, when Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis, did those faces, grew those faces and stuff, like that scared me. The sandworm, I hated that thing. That thing terrified me. There were a lot of creepy things about this movie, but it made me appreciate it even more, today. But when I was a kid watching this, it definitely did creep me out, certain parts of it. Duel. Now, I reviewed this movie already. If you want to hear my thoughts, definitely check out the review. But I stated in my review that when I was younger, my dad was helping my mom with the Christmas tree, and I saw this on TV, and I wasn't even helping with the Christmas tree because I was so invested in this movie. And what creeped me out about this movie is this truck driver who didn't even show himself. He was basically playing around with Dennis Weaver, and it scared me. This movie made me afraid of truckers. Whenever my parents and I would go on a trip or something going down the highway and I'd see a semi-truck, I couldn't even look at it because I would think of this. Thanks a lot, Spielberg. The original 1968, Night of the Living Dead. They're coming to get you, Barbara. This introduced zombies, and it was terrifying. The fact that I lived next to a graveyard, I'd watch this, and at night I would look out, think that there's zombies coming. They couldn't get over the fence, but that ain't gonna stop them. Enough of them pushed that fence over. They're coming up to the house. I'm done. This terrified me. It really did. Misery. This is also one that terrified me because the part where she breaks his ankles with a sledgehammer made me afraid of sledgehammers. My dad owned a sledgehammer. Whenever I saw that laying in the garage, I'm like, if Kathy Bates gets her hands on that, I'm never gonna walk again. It's a stupid thing to think about, but that's what it does. When you're a kid, when you think about, when you're younger and you can't forget scenes like that. And the fact that she's crazy made me never ever want to run into a woman that lives out in the country by herself and owns a sledgehammer. Screw that. Cape Fear. Robert De Niro scared me in this movie. He was psychotic. I learned that in prison. You white sack piece of shit. Or you white trash piece of shit. I think that's what this movie's scary. What made this movie scary for me was the music. Da, 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 da. What he does to that woman by biting her cheek and like he rips some flesh out. He's like, I got you now, bitch. And he's like, bam. Yeah, this movie, I shouldn't have been watching half of this stuff. Cobra. Thanks to my brother, who was supposed to be watching me one day, he put this movie on, and I was scared of the night slasher. The guy who goes around killing people with that knife, bumping into their cars. How could you have hit me? Have you been drinking? Yes. And I thought Stallone was cool, but there's some freaky parts with the night slasher in this one. When he's looking for Bridget Nielsen, and he goes in the hospital, and he greases his hair back, and he's like, pretty hair, and he he kills a person in the hospital, like that whole hospital scene. The whole ending when he puts that guy on the hook. This is creepy. Creep me out. As a kid, you gotta watch this when when you were younger watching that for the first time, you gotta think. 1976 King Kong with Jessica Lange. This scared the shit out of me. And Kong scared the shit out of me. I was terrified. The part where he fights that giant snake terrified me. I don't know why. It's just a giant snake that Kong rips apart. And the fact that he gets shot up at the end, that was terrifying. This movie terrified me. Even more than the 30s King Kong didn't really terrify me at all. This one was much darker. Come play with us, Danny. Forever. This movie, how could this movie not fuck with your mind? This movie certainly fucked with my mind, and that's why it's my favorite horror movie of all time. I couldn't stop watching this when I was younger. Did it scare me? Did Room 237 scare me? Of course it did. Jack Nicholson scared me. The twin girls scared me. This movie's great. My favorite horror movie of all time. Hands down. Stephen King's It. This would be on a lot of people's list. Tim Curry at his best. Pennywise, yes, this scared me. It made me afraid of clowns. And I still think it holds up today. Any kid seeing this for the first time would probably be terrified. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You'll notice these are not all horror films or thrillers. They're different kinds of films. Whether they're children's films, action films, adventure films, whatever. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was much darker than the other films. But this kind of scared me. The part where Motoram rips out that guy's heart. And as he's being lowered into the pits, the heart starts to catch on fire. The whole Thug-y stuff scared me. That whole thing was just dark. And watching this when I was younger, I was just like, man, this is crazy scary. I mean, there's some scary parts in Lost Ark where the guy's face melts, and then Last Crusade where that guy turns into a skeleton after picking the wrong grail. That was some scary moments, but this one scared me more than those. I'm going to hold this up. This is the Michael Jackson music collection where it shows all his videos. Michael Jackson's Thriller. I think that was directed by John Landis. Michael Jackson's Thriller scared the shit out of me. I love Michael Jackson. Okay, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. His music is the greatest of all time. I think Thriller is the greatest album ever made. And Thriller, the actual video is terrifying when Michael Jackson turns into a werewolf. And then there's the whole zombie scene. Imagine watching that when you were younger. Terrifying. Pet Sematary. I always talk about how this is one of the creepiest films ever made. It still holds up today. A kid getting hit by a truck and dying. That's terrifying enough. I have kids and I have to worry about that. I have a road out here that's busy. Don't go down that road, Lewis. Wish he would have got hit by a truck. Pascal, the ghost who appears to Lewis. The Micmac Burial Grounds. This movie is creepy. Still holds up today. The very first Halloween. When I was introduced to Michael Myers, I thought this was always creepy to me. Though I thought Michael was cool, the fact that he just stands there and stares at you and stuff is way different than, let's say, Jason or Freddy. Because he's just a normal guy in a mask. That's what scared me about it. And the music, one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, that's what did it for me. The very first Child's Play. Even though Child's Play 2 is my favorite, the very first Child's Play, that really got to me because I had a My Buddy. I don't know if you guys remember those dolls, I believe from the 80s, called My Buddy. They were like Chucky dolls, but they didn't look like Chucky, but they had similar features. You could carry them anywhere. I used to sleep with it. I used to sleep with a My Buddy. Then they made Kid Sister. It's like, oh, of course, they need one for girls. But the very first Child's Play really affected me because I'm like, you know, what if my buddy comes alive? What do I do? God, I got scarred for life, I tell you. Friday the 13th Part 3 is the very first Friday the 13th movie I ever saw. It was the very first one I ever collected. Right here. Part 3. Which is my favorite. He first gets his mask. I love the characters. And it's just the way Friday the 13th movies creep anybody out. For me, Jason creeped me out. That's what it is. The creepiest part of this film is when she's telling that dream, and the guy's coming after her in the forest, and she can't escape from him. And then there's that part where Jason's in the cabin. He has no mask on. And he's like, and he starts running out the door. Creepy ass parts. Okay. Arachnophobia. Another creepy film, made me scared of spiders. John Goodman shows up and takes him out as an exterminator. I wish he'd show up at my house because I had some big ass spiders here. I watched this movie and I'm like, you know what? I am never going in the basement ever again because I know there's spiders down there. A lot of them. Jurassic Park. I was in my teens, obviously, or starting to be in my teens, but this movie had creepy parts too. This movie kind of scared me with some of the dinosaurs, the Velociraptor stuff, when they would attack the humans, like the thumps, the footsteps of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. That scared me. Watch this when you were younger, you'd understand, like, made dinosaurs look absolutely real and terrifying. Cocoon. This is not even a scary movie, but there's parts of this, when I was younger I saw this, with Brian Dennehy, who's an alien, and there's these cocoon things out in the ocean, and they put them in this swimming pool, and there's these glowing aliens. There's this hot chick, and she's really a glowing alien. She takes off her human suit. It's like she's wearing a human suit. Underneath she's this glowing, that creeped me out. The Hitcher made me afraid of anybody who sticks their thumb up out on the highway, because I don't know if it's somebody who's going to get in the car and say, do you want to die? And then I'll have to kick them out, and then I'll show up at a restaurant and start eating french fries and there's a finger in them. Tremors made me this made me afraid that there's stuff underground that's going to pull me under. That's what these movies do. It makes you start thinking. How do we know there's not something under the ground that can pull us under like this? This movie's terrifying. Pulls that guy through the tire, pulls that doctor into the ground. He's like really slowly pulls that car under. What the fuck? The Stand, the man, the Dark Man, Randall Flagg always terrified me. There's some terrifying parts in this one. It's a long TV movie, but there's some creepy parts in it that really got to me. Goonies, this got to me as well. It's supposed to be a fun adventure film, but when they find the pirate ship and they go into One-Eye Willie's den and you see all these dead pirates who were stabbed and all these skeletons and stuff, creep me the hell out. When Mikey first goes into that part, oh, it always got to me. Always got to me whenever I get to that part. Even Sloth was scary. Gremlins, there's some creepy parts in this too. When they first hatch as the Gremlins. When they're not the Mogwai, they're the Gremlins. That's when they first hatch out of the eggs. That's when it started to get creepy for me. And the whole blender scene. Yeah, definitely some creepy moments there. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Both of these creep me. All the ghost stuff in Ghostbusters 1, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, he always terrified me. Gozer, Vigo terrified me. Some of the best movies ever made. I'm telling you. The Exorcist definitely creeped me out. Creeps my dad out. The part where her head turns all the way around, she throws up, she does all this, she starts pissing on the floor. It's a crazy movie. I think this is more disturbing now. As a kid, when I was younger, I thought this was creepy. But now, I don't really think that way. Poltergeist, I still think this is creepy. God, this movie is so good. And I cannot believe they remade it. Still don't want to look at televisions the same way. Ninja 3: The Domination. This creeped me out because it was a ninja. In the beginning, it's like a horror movie. This ninja's killing people. He's on the golf course killing golfers, crushing golf balls. These cops are shooting him and he won't go down. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a ninja horror film. It creeped me out. I liked ninjas back then. I wanted to be a ninja. The Terminator. This terrified me because Arnold just wouldn't die. He kept coming after Kyle Reese, and it was terrifying that he wouldn't stop. This movie's dark. I love this movie. In some ways, almost better than T2. T2 is great. But this movie, oh my God, this movie's awesome. But there's a lot of creepy parts in this. The Terminator itself just creeped me out when he turns into when he's the endoskeleton, all the skin melts off. Oh my God. Ghost. The parts where the Carl and them get taken down to hell by those ghostly, the demons or whatever. That part always grossed me out. It happens twice in the movie. Definitely some creepy moments in this one. Alien. Oh my God, creepy. This is a great sci-fi horror film, but the xenomorph always creeped me out. The part where the alien comes out of that dude's chest at the dinner table. Oh. Nightmare on Elm Street. This is what got me into Freddy. Freddy definitely creeped me out, for sure. What can I say about Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean, that creeped everybody out. Two here that I'm going to mention that I don't have up here with me is Jaws. Made me afraid to go into the ocean. Made me afraid of sharks. That is a terrifying movie. The beginning where the stupid girl goes out in the ocean in the dark. Come on in the water! And then she gets taken down. Stupid girl. But honestly, it did its job with that effect. I loved it. The last one I'm going to mention is Legend with Tom Cruise. The Lord of Darkness always terrified me. Tim Curry, he's like this giant freaking horned character. Tim Curry played an awesome part. He was terrifying. They made him giant and just terrifying. The Lord of Darkness from Legend. Oh my God. That is my list of movies that scared me as a kid. What is your list? Do a video response or let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.